Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. What's going on, everybody? Let me know if y'all can hear me while I'm setting up. I'm setting up, so y'all should be able to hear me. Hopefully. I know this is out of the blue, but when I get the text or the phone call to do this power ranking thing, it's in the contract. I gotta do it, you know what I mean? So here we go. Let me just make sure these cameras is right, that y'all can see me and hear me, and we're gonna be set. All right, now. So what's going on, everybody? It's your boy GY, aka GY Shefty, aka Mr. Shots Fired. I always shoot my shot, because if you don't take your shot, you'll miss 100% of your shots. Listen, man, as always, I appreciate everyone in the league, because without you guys, there is no league. But some of you guys are slacking, and y'all will be removed. As usual, I probably sound clogged up because, you know, my sinus is always acting up. I got a deviated septum, but the show goes on. Listen, it's a tight race, man. You guys are trying to ball out. Oh, I do not own the rights to these songs, so don't be blocking my videos, EA, alright? I did another video for another league, and y'all decided y'all want to block my... Listen, man. Everybody know we don't own the rights to these songs, man. We're not trying to do no copyright infringement or nothing. We're not trying to steal these songs. Listen, it's 1,000 ways you can steal this music if you wanted to. And trust me, I know because I'm a DJ. But nobody ain't trying to do that. Stop messing with the bottom feeders, man. We're not trying to steal nobody's music. But anyway, let's get into it, man. I'm looking at these standings, man, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. You know, everybody trying to ball out, you know. I am a little, I'm shocked. The Broncos, Ben Billions is in the building. Yo, you need to come back, man. We got Farrell back in here, man. You need to come back. Man. But I will say, at the top of the standings is the Broncos, man. I'm like, listen, maybe he's better than everybody think he is. Maybe he's better than I think he is. This dude is 7-1. I don't know who he lost to. Yo, man, you come in here, you ask how I'm doing, man. Don't ask about bums, man. Don't ask about bums. Alright? Ask how I'm doing. Alright? Don't ask about bums. But that's another story, Ben Billions, you know what I mean? Benjamin Builders is in the building, man. He's like one of the greatest of all time to ever do it, man. We need him back in the league. Oh, John, I'm on film. He's one of the greatest to ever do it, man. You know, he need to get back in the building so we can stomp on him, so we can crush him. Yes, shots fired. I put it at your chrome dome. Listen, man. Hold no punches, man. You're one of the greatest of all time, but I want to find out. I need to know. Are you washed or are you still at the top of your game? Because we have users like the Broncos, 7-1. Maybe we all underestimated him. He's doing something right. Let me go see. Let's go look at his schedule here. Yeah, let's look at his schedule. Oh, the only game he lost was the first one to the Seahawks. That's weird. And then all you see is W's left. W. Not WWF or WWE, but wins, my ladies and gentlemen, wins. He is knocking everybody out the box, man. Everybody out the box. Let me see who he beat. Yo, he beat the Colts. The Colts has a decent user, man. A really good user, to be honest, you know. He beat him 40-14. He slapped on him. Yo, but I'm about to shoot another shot. You're asking about Yuri. Look what he did to Yuri. He zipped them. Zilch. Donut. 42 to zip. So that's how Yuri is doing, all right? But man, before we get into the power rankings, let's look at some of these stats, man. So, as far as passing yards and touchdowns and all that, yo, text Yuri. He already know what it is. Yuri know what it is. If you're a bum, you're a bum. There's nothing else you can do about it. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. We all go through our slumps, but if that's the case, Yuri's been in a slump forever. Shots fired! Anyway, as far as passing yards, believe it or not, the Cowboys is leading the league. Dak is doing his thing with almost 2,500 passing yards. 17 touchdowns. He said it was something light. But believe it or not, Matt Ryan has 23 touchdowns. That's the coach user. We now, listen, I always screw up his name, so I'm just going to call him by his other name, Bassam Leaks. Alright, he has 23 touchdowns, but I don't know if he needs glasses or what. He got 24 interceptions also. So, what's going on? What you see? You see one thing, but you really see something else? Coming in a close third, actually in second as far as yards, they almost tied. But Russell Wilson and those Broncos, right back to Red Boys. He doing his thing, man. He has over 2,300 yards in passing. You know, he does have 24 interceptions also. But listen, man, for some kind of way he's pulling out these wins. 16 touchdowns. And then let's look at receiving yards. In Dallas, the Rook, Jalen Tolbert, he has 870 yards already. Well, could be a little higher because, you want your well, you know what? Actually, that is pretty high because you really want your receiver to have at least 1,000 yards every season. I mean, they may have pushed the button. Pushed it a little bit because, we have an extra game this year. But he has 8 touchdowns. On the Colts, right back to Bassam Leaks, Jelani Woods, 682 yards. He got 10 touchdowns. Back to that name again, Red Boys. Jerry Jeudy with like 600 yards, 6 touchdowns. You know, so, you know, you got to look out for these things, man. You got to look out for these things. Now, here's a shocker. Saquon has over 800 yards with 15 touchdowns already. Whoa. Now, I know JD missed a few games. So is that the computer running the ball or is that him running the ball? Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Coming in second with about 800 yards, we have Breece Hall. And then close third, we have Cordell Patterson for the Falcons. I don't care about him at all because my arch nemesis is controlling him. I hope Adrian, AJ, whatever y'all call him, I hope he loses every game from here on out. In 4th place rushing the ball, Najee Harris, over 700 yards. And you know, closing out the list in 5th place is your boy, Rachaad White of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fighting the cannons. This is how we do, man. I got off to a slow start, man, but that division, that's a tight division. If you look at the division race for the NFC South, man, it's a tight race, man. Let me tell you something. It's a lot of competition. It's not, it's not like everybody thought it was going to be. I'm going to just beat this guy. I'm going to blow this guy out. Look at the AFC North. You got the Bengals and the Browns at the top of the list. The Ravens had, a little personal drama going on there, but that situation should get rectified soon. You go to the AFC South. You look at it. They're only like a game apart of each other. Colts 5-3, the Jaguars 4-4, the Titans 3-4. Texans is a new user, so he'll pick up the pace. AFC, look at the AFC East. 4-4 Jets, 4-4 Dolphins, 3-5 Patriots. They're like a game apart of each other. One slip up, and you're winning the division, and that's the goal, to win your division so you can make these playoffs. Even look at AFC West. The Broncos 7-1, the Raiders 5-2. I'm sitting here talking caca about Yuri, but he's not out of the playoff hunt. He's 4-3. You have the Chiefs 4-3. They're only a game out of second place and two games out of first place. So a slip up and anybody can have that division. Let's go to the NFC North. The Bears, Punter's doing his thing. Look, Punter's doing his thing. 7-1. But again, 2 games out of first place is the Packers. The Lions is 3 games out of first. Let me tell you something, man. You got to stay on top of your game. Prime example right here, NFC South. Falcons are 6-2. Saints is 5-3. Bucks is 5-3. Herb is just out. Herb is out of the playoff race, unfortunately. Hey, listen, OG, you got to pick it up, baby. You got to pick it up because we moving forward, man. You're moving in the wrong direction, man. You got to move it forward. And like the Saints, he started off red hot. He started off 5-0. He lost 3 straight games. He kicked my butt the very first game of the season or second game of the season. Cowboys 6-2. You got the Giants 5-3. NFC West. Whoa, what's going on with this division here? Maybe who's the Cards? Let me see. The Cards is Valedictorian. He's 3-5. The Rams is Jared Arnold. He took the team after I had to remove the last user. He's 2-5. Seahawks is 2-6, and the 49ers is 2-6. 49ers got up to a slow start because he had to wait on his PS5. Listen, man, it looked like someone may win this division with a losing record. Yo, I just call it how I see it, man. I call it how I see it. Straight cheese. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the power rankings, man. Like I said, these divisions are tight. So right now, honestly, it's anybody's game. If you're not undefeated, or if you're not undefeated, to give yourself a 3 to 4 game lead, and even with that, having a 3 to 4 game lead in your division, if you lose a couple of games and your opponent, your division rival win a couple of games, it's going to make it really tight because these divisions are tight. And I go back to the Broncos division. He's 7-1, but people are not out. People are not out of the race. Look, 5-2. So let's just say he lose 2 games. And the Raiders won 2 games. Like I said, the key is to win your division, but the race is really tight right now. So don't take for granted that, you only have 1 loss. And then honestly, don't sleep on nobody. Especially, a team like the Broncos. That user went to the Super Bowl last Madden. So you can't underrate him. The Bears, Pun is 7-1. He has gone to multiple Super Bowls. Cowboys has been in the Super Bowls. I'm talking about the users. I'm not talking about the teams right now. I'm talking about the users. Everybody up here, the top, as far as my leagues are concerned, from OGs to 4th and goal. 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 4 users have all been to Super Bowls. The Bengals, easy, he has gone deep in the playoffs. The Browns has made the playoffs. Raiders have made the playoffs. So you can't take nothing for granted. Anyway, I never told y'all about these sacks. Unbelievable. There's a new user that's using the Bills. He came on board last Madden in our final season. He has Von Miller balling out at age 67. Von Miller about 67 years old, and he got 11 sacks. 11 and a half to be exact. I'm like, yo, this dude that found the fountain of youth, man. I guess it's all in his scheme. Rashad Gary of the Packers has 11 sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence has 10 sacks. Khalil Mack has 9 sacks. Myles Garrett has 9 sacks. Speaking of that, if anyone is trading a quality DE, preferably with abilities, hit me up, send them to Tampa. Also, Tom Brady is OTB. Tom Brady is on the block. And in actuality, it's not that I don't like him this year. I actually finally figured out how to use Tom Brady after 2 or 3 Maddens. I know, Johnny come lately, but listen, I finally did it. But I have a new scheme that I'm working on, and Tom Brady doesn't fit that scheme, unfortunately. So if you have a secondary quarterback that's decent that you want to get rid of, let me know. Or a DE with abilities that you want to get rid of, let me know. Everybody on my team is on the block except Vita Vea and Devin White. And even they could be on the trade block if you come in correct. Like if somebody hit me up and be like for instance, let's say Yuri hit me up and he wants to give up Herbert and he wants Devin White included in the deal, we're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? As long as it get approved. Speaking of that, of approvals, trade approvals, going forward, if anyone trades without the trade being approved, you will be suspended. It's happened twice, and not that we let it slide, but we want to stress to everyone, every trade needs approval. Hell, my trade got denied. I'm the commissioner of the league. I wasn't mad about it. The committee said no. I'm not. By the way, I'm not on the trade board. We did a little different this year. Before, the trade board was the commissioners. So to make everyone feel more comfortable and to make the league a little bit more unbiased, your peers are on the commissioner board. So if your trade don't get approved, you hit my DM complaining, I didn't deny it. I'm not on the trade board. Like I said, my trade got denied. I didn't get mad. I kept it pushing. And everything they said to me about the trade was absolutely correct. Until they got to the point where they were just literally trying to change my entire trade. But everything for the most part that they were saying about the trade, it was correct. You know, with that player shouldn't be traded off that team, you know, and different things of that nature. You know, hold on 1 second. I got a phone call. Who's just calling a kid?
Let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers.
Sorry about that. But yeah, everything they said about the trade, you know, like that player shouldn't be traded. Certain players shouldn't be traded off certain teams. I agree with it, you know, and that's why I fell back. You know, don't get mad when they deny a trade. They're looking out not only for the interests of the league, but they are looking out for the interests of the league. But not only that, they're looking out for your well-being and the other team's well-being. They're trying to make sure the trade is fair for each team. Because as I stated, when the league first started, every team starts out with a cap penalty this year. This is something new to Madden. Every team, they carry cap penalty over from last Madden to this Madden. You know, some of it is major, some of it is not major. Some teams have like very little money to spend. I'm talking about like maybe, like for instance, you look at like the Bucks. Take the Bucks. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Bucks have something like, when the game starts, I think they have something like 40 mil or 45 mil. The Saints don't have any cap. Because the Saints, they've been in cap hell for like the last 3 years because of the Sean Payton thing. But anyway, overall, every team in the game, all 32, has cap penalty. So they're trying to look out for your interests. You know, why trade a player with a $40 million cap penalty and you won't be able to sign another player for like 3 seasons? Even though they break up that cap penalty usually, who knows how they're going to break it up with the new way they structured the contracts as far as signing free agents. And if a free agent wants to sign with you, or if a player actually wants to sign with you, re-sign with you, because of he may want a mentor quarterback, or a veteran quarterback, or a mentor at cornerback, you know, is it hot? A state with no taxes. They put all these little things in the game, which I think is great for the game because, honestly, it makes the game more diverse. Meaning, like real free agency. Because you take, for instance, you take Von Miller, right? Von Miller went to the Rams last season. He changed the outcome of the game to where they won the Super Bowl. The Bucks. Yeah, I speak about my team because I read about my team. I see what my team is trying to do. I know about my team, and I'm quite sure you know about your team. The Bucks was in high pursuit of Vaughn. They gave him everything he wanted, except he wanted multiple years, and just say, I'm using this number hypothetically speaking, he wanted, just say, $20 million per. The Bucks said, we'll give you $20 million per, but only for 1 year. If you go 2 years, you got to take less money. Vaughn turned down the warm weather which he wanted. A Super Bowl caliber team that can go back to the Super Bowl. To go to the cold in Buffalo for more money and multiple years. So he got what he wanted. And in reality, not saying that he should have just signed with us because he wanted he said he wanted a warm weather state. He wanted to play with a veteran quarterback. He said he wanted to play with a team that's going back to the Super Bowl. So he basically got all those things in Buffalo, but he doesn't have the warm climate. So, and that's what they put into the game. So you got to watch. You definitely got to start re-signing your players during the course of the year, because if you wait, it's no guarantee that that player is going to sign with you. On top of that, you got to make sure you spend your money back correctly, and make sure you don't just go signing people for these enormous contracts and don't have money to sign nobody else, because you'll go from Super Bowl caliber team to free agent. I mean, rookie team with 60 overall players. They also implement into the game, like I said, about the salary cap, where these teams are in cap hell, and you have to make a decision. All right, do I want this linebacker? Do I want this cornerback? Do I want this quarterback? Or do I want this wide receiver? So it's a bit much now, but guess what? They're making the game more realistic. The patch came down. It was for stability issues, saving issues, so hopefully the game saves. But what they said, when the game is over, just go back to the home screen, hit finish game, go back to the home screen. When you exit the game, don't check stats on that first screen. Hit finish game, go back to the home screen, and the game will save. That's what they were saying. Hopefully that continues to work. But hopefully also that the patch that they implemented yesterday fix some of those stability issues. On top of that, I know what the article said on Twitter and what Herb put in the chat about the stability issues and other little things, but my inside scoop that I have with EA, he told me that on the low they did tone down some of the blitzes. It was like a test run. They put the little, I don't even know what they call it, the little bug or whatever in there to test out if that would tone down some of the blitzes. And I'm here to tell you, I played a game yesterday I played a game actually before the update and right after the update. The one before the update, the blitzes were working fine. The one after the update, certain blitzes were toned down where, honestly, I would say flat out, they didn't work, you know? But, so I guess now that they're going to get their feedback from that, and then they're going to put the regular patch out. So, we all brought the game. Let's rock with it and make the best of it until they fix it. Like, as we all know, this is a MUT game. It's a money-making game. They want to make MUT. They want MUT to make money for them like VC makes money for 2K, but it's a little different. And they probably won't fix the game until after college comes out, which is supposed to be early next year. And then it's going to be a battle because now they're going to lose users to the college football, and then they're going to fix the game to try to bring those users back. But with that being said, let's get back to this power ranking. So coming in at number 10, I have the Packers. Coming in at number 9, I have the Colts. Coming in at number 8, I have the Bucks. Listen. If you don't like my power ranking and you think I'm wrong, or you want to move up on the power ranking, win more games. That's all you got to do is win more games. Show me that you deserve to be at the top of the list. Coming in at number 7, we have the Saints. Number 6 is the Browns. Number 5 is the Bengals. Now, these next two, I was kind of flip-flopping with them. But I know you're going to yell at me later. But at number 4, I have the Falcons. He's been doing his thing. But I have the Falcons at number 4. Coming in number 3, I have the Cowboys. And tied for first and second. You can flip-flop them. You can. I don't know. Call it what you want to call it, but they have the same winning percentage. They're both 7-1. But I have the Bears coming in at number 2, and I have the Broncos coming in at number 1. But like I said, you can flip them because the Bears give up less points a game, but the Broncos score more points a game. So that's why I have them tied at number 1. With that being said, it's your boy GY, a.k.a. GY Shefty, a.k.a. Mr. Shots Fired. I always shoot my shot because if I don't take my shot, I'll miss 100% of my shots. I'm signing off. Peace. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel because you're going to get more than what you're bargaining for. You're going to get this. You're going to get DJing things. You're going to get live streaming events. Listen, follow your boy. You'll like what you see. Peace.